Hi, Sarah. It's so beautiful to see you in California. I'm We've been friends for a while now, but may I introduce myself for the group? I'm
Absolutely.
Thank you. I'm Sue Cooper, and I live in Nottingham in England, and I am a registered nurse, recently retired from the registration, but at the heart of nursing is care and compassion, which I've taken into my life because I have trained with you, Sarah, as a mindfulness and meditation teacher through your institute. And I'm also an Ayurvedic lifestyle instructor through the Chopra Centre, led by Dr. Deepak Chopra, who you are very well connected with over the many years. So it's wonderful to have an opportunity to be with you. Sarah, could I ask you if you would just introduce yourself at this?
Sure. Well, first of all, Sue, it's so fun to be here with you. And I love to see what you're creating and what we're co-creating together. My name's Sarah McLean, and I'm in Santa Barbara, California, and I'm so glad I'm here. I lived in Sedona, Arizona for 17 years, which is a magical place. And now I'm here and I'm still running the Meditation Teacher Academy, where we have hundreds of teachers from around the world going through a training program to enable them to hold space and to teach meditation, bring it into workplaces and hospitals and into homes and help people to find that center point of peace. I think we have a similar mission to create peace on this planet.
Okay.
And I also worked with Deepak Chopra for many years. I was the program director for him. I spent about 8 years with him. And then I lived for 2 years in a Zen Buddhist monastery as a lay monk and practiced deeply. I also went to India and practiced at a regular ashram there, complete with a guru, and lived there for 6 months. I had a lot of great experiences while there. And now I just feel like my mission is to share what I learned so people don't have to leave their lives and go around the world to try and find that peace that's already inside them.
Thank you, Sarah. That's beautiful. And I know that you walk your talk because I met you at the Chopra Centre when you were co-presenting a program with Deepak. I asked you, do you ever come to England? And you go, yes, I do. And from that beautiful conversation, a friendship developed as you came and have come over for the last 3 years to help host MOMM, Moments of Mass Mindfulness, in Nottingham, and also in other communities. And yourself and Susie von Mensenkamp have been an integral part of the confidence of knowing that what MOMM is very professional. It's deeply held in love. It's a heart-centered resonance. It is about grassroots citizen action to co-create these compassionate communities, which is in a way an integrative health community where people, integrative care community, I think is a more apt description, where people can firstly find people who are in their community who offer meditation, mindfulness, and then all the other holistic healing modalities such as massage and qigong and yoga and art and music and all those other beautiful things that help us with our own healing. Now we're in a situation, as we well know, we're in a virtually global cocooning lockdown, where we're facing many challenges. We're all facing challenges through all the various elements of the whole person. It could be physical, because they may have the virus; mental, because there's been a huge change in the perception of the world; emotional triggers through it, and also a spiritual awakening of meaning and purpose. If we haven't got health, we haven't got life. Life is very different. And so looking at this holistic model within, so that's for the self, but within this co-creation of other, which is our relationships with others, it's our financial domain, where obviously we need to have the finances to support a life, and it's the ecological awareness that we are at one with our planet. And if Mother Earth is unwell, then we are unwell. And this retracting from the world through the physical distancing, not necessarily the social distancing, because we have removed ourselves physically, but we've become, actually, I would suggest for many of us, more social, because we've been able to connect in this way. And let the planet heal as we prevent ourselves and sort of getting the virus, but also delivering it to others. So the plan for the 4th year of Moments of Mass Mindfulness is slightly different. The gatherings will not be in the physical, it'll be online. It's incredibly powerful to be online together and have the home as your own your own space, to create that coziness of this cocoon space, where we often go out to find a meditation or a yoga class. It's being brought to us now. So MOMM is mindfulness based on co-creating compassionate communities. And Sarah, you've been incredibly helpful in helping me formulate, as well as Susie, the thoughts of how this is actually going to manifest in reality. Shall I talk a little bit more about that, or is there anything you'd like to say about holistic well-being?
Well, I just love that it's an opportunity to create that sanctuary in your own home, to create that sanctuary inside, because I think many of us have been trained to look outside for our safety and our communities and our sanctuary, where in fact, this is truly, as you were saying, forcing us to come into our own home, see what our relationship is to our body, to our thoughts, to our emotions, to the world that we might say is outside of us, and then to establish communities from where we're sitting. It's such a powerful and potent time. I'm so grateful for this technology. I get to sit here in California talking to you in England. And, you know, I think you're right on time. These moments of mass mindfulness, moments of mass meditation. Ultimately, I think you said, and I've heard before, that the next Buddha was not going to be a person, but was going to be a community. And I know that many of us who are called to lead these communities already have a community. We're just learning a new way to connect with them. And so I love that you've created this particular time and space for us to do that. So yes, I want to hear more about the creating compassionate communities.
Oh, thank you. Well, the date has been set. It's the 10th of May, 2020. The time is 12 o'clock in each individual time zone around the world. And the purpose of this is coming together in peace, in love, activating the heart coherence. And with that, and from a nursing background, and also knowing far more now about how our bodily system works, and mind system, is when we gently settle our nervous system down from fight flight into rest and restore, into the parasympathetic. We do that through a guided loving kindness meditation, which is heart-based. We then move into the hormonal system, called the endocrine system, being able to optimize what it's there to do. It's the inner pharmacy. So the hormonal system will go, okay, and we can raise certain elements of hormones within our body through the concentration of the heart-based resonance. And with that, the immune system takes this big sigh, this big breath, and going, I can get on and do the job that I'm here to do. Yeah. It's our own body immunity. So there's a lot of dynamics with this. It's very simple. It's very easy. So it's coming together in your own community. We're asking that people find either a community of people who are meditating together, and we're seeing there's a lot of self-organizing going on online, isn't there, in WhatsApp, etc., or coming online into a Zoom room. And there are a number of meditation teachers, which I'd love you to mention in a moment, Sarah, around the world, who are going to guide meditations within their community, and anybody will be able to join on. We can give more details of that. I'll be leading a meditation you'll be leading a meditation, and there's other world groups who are increasingly interested in this. So we linked last year with the UK Heart Math, Gavin Andrews, so the UK and Europe Heart Math, and they ran a lot of meditations for us, and the Global Coherence Initiative and Heart Math in the US are also supporting this again for us. And whilst, and of course the McLean Meditation Institute, and whilst this is wonderful, it's remembering that the focus is the individual focus and the grassroots focus of us coming together. So if I could just briefly explain, unless you'd like to add something to that, Sarah, of what will happen on that particular day.
Well, I'd like to just say, imagine, okay, so yoga teachers, people who are creating communities, meditation teachers, people who already feel the call to serve are the perfect people to organize or self-organize during this particular time, 12 noon, their time zone on May 10th. And so what do you envision them doing during that particular time? Whether they're, obviously we're not going to be in person yet, although maybe there's a miracle, but it's, let's say we found our own Facebook Live or YouTube Live or Instagram Live, and here we are. And then what do we do? What do the leaders do?
At 12 o'clock, we're looking at this co-creating compassionate communities, but we're reversing it. So we're looking to start with a community, because the community will have been built, a grassroots community, around the intention of coming together at 12 o'clock. So the suggestion is that for 10 to 15 minutes is to welcome people into that community as you would welcome people into your home, and create this safe, supported space as people are in their own environments. So that's 10-15 minutes, however feels perfect for that particular group. And then, so that's the community. We move then into the compassionate care, and that is a 20 to 25 minute guided meditation. It can be either one that I've done online on mommworld.org. There's a 20-minute downloadable recording there. There's loads of scripts in 7 or 8 different languages for this guided meditation. But at the heart of this, it's creating your own compassionate community. So leading a guided meditation in heart-based coherence of compassionate, loving care. So that's the main part of it. That's the 20-minute meditation. So we've got community coming together. We've got compassion and care, and the next part is the co-creation. What is it that you want to co-create in your community that will serve your community, which will serve yourself, which when we emerge from the challenges that we're facing at the moment and the cocooning that we have within our own home, we're going to be gently guided out back into the physical. We certainly know, certainly in the UK, we've got at least another 3 weeks. And it would appear that 3 weeks from now is the 7th of May. We're doing this on the 10th of May. It will be time to really start to look at this newly organising world that we're coming out into. Coming out strong, coming out in alignment, coming out co-connected to our local community. And then co-creating, what is it that you need in your community? What is it that will help you heal? And that is where we really do co-create our own compassionate communities.
So let me just get the website again. It's mommworld.org, MOMMWORLD.org. And on there, will people have these guidelines that you were just talking about? Or
yes, it's downloadable MP4, or the scripts are there.
And then tell me what kind, if I know you've created some compassionate care communities already over the last couple of years, and I have too. I have these ongoing conversations on Zoom with people who just want to join us. And so tell me what you see, some examples of what might come out of this co-creation.
I think inspiration will come out of it. I believe very strongly that once we have an opportunity to settle down our nervous system, we create something that hasn't yet really been thought of. From my perspective, I have for the last 11 years been running or organising a group of people for myself, for others, where we're looking very much at, I would say the focus of the group is on self-care. It's about how can we stay well and keep doing the work that we're doing. The majority of the people actually are in the service industry, serving others. It may be their families, it may be within care, nursing, doctors, teachers, people who are in the law. But every person, whether they're a participant, an activist, or a supporter, has equal weight in terms of a cohesive group. So I really couldn't say what will come out of this, but what I do think is that people will want to know a little bit more about the latest science in caring for ourselves, because there's so much emerging science. There are so many great talks out there, and I think maybe guiding people to talks that have a high quality resonance, in terms of people opening to looking at how they can look after themselves a little more. But what's the most important thing is the conversation, because we can set an intention of coming together with the overarching theme of self-care. But when you set the intention of what is it that you want, what is it your heart's desire, what is it that is opening for you, and coming together and sharing, it's so incredibly powerful that one leaves these groups with this a lightness of being, a different maybe a different seed, slightly different worldview, but knowing that you've been supported, that you're safe, that you have a group of like-hearted and like-minded people that you can reach out to, be it in the physical or increasingly online, is really what's at the heart of all this.
Wow, it sounds like inspiration, and I know we all need it. And as we return to what I would say is a new normal, we are refining our lives. We are seeing what's important. I know many people are recognizing what they already are been graced with in their lives, the community they already are part of, the home they already live in, the sanctuary they've already developed. And this is just another beautiful way to include others in this. And, when I lived in the Zen Buddhist monastery, they often talk about the 3 treasures of Zen and Buddhism. And the 3 treasures are exactly what you're talking about. The spiritual practice, whatever it is that takes you home to that wellspring of peace and that wellspring of creativity. The second treasure, so first is your practice, the second treasure is that knowledge that right now is out there, whether you're looking at YouTube videos or tuning into something live or reading one of your self-help books that you've had on your shelf for a while, yes. But really finding that way to continually be re-inspired by teachers that have been thousands of years old or current day, and just continuing to feel that resonance. And then the third aspect is the Sangha, or the community of practice, which in some cases is different than maybe your family members, maybe your friends or your neighbors, although it certainly can include them. It's a community of practice where we're all kind of seeing the world from the same viewpoint. We're seeing the world as a beautiful place to be, a community where we can co-create wholeness and caring and support for others. I think some of us are naturally called to do that. And I've noticed this over the last couple of weeks too, is that people are being called to show up, whether it's on Zoom and they've never done it before, whether it's on Facebook and they've never led anything before, but they feel that quaking inside to show up anyway, regardless if they're doing it perfectly, regardless if they're trained properly. They're just knowing it's their turn to stand up or actually sit down in front of a computer and share deeply and hold that space for each other. Yes. This is a great opportunity. Thank you, Sue.
It is. Well, thank you, Sarah. Thank you for sharing what you do. You have a huge wealth of knowledge and experience, which you give so freely and so graciously. I wonder if we could just have a few words about some of your meditation teachers who are throughout the globe, who will be holding space, which of course we will explore this further as we evolve in the next couple of weeks.
Sure. Well, I know some of them already have done this because, of course, we have the Feast for the Soul, which is a 40-day spiritual practice period that happens every January. And we have teachers that have their own communities. They've written books. They have their own meditation centers, which are now online. And I believe that they would be, it's already happening. So we just have to let them know that this is a particular time, Mother's Day, noon, your particular time zone, and to put this on their Facebook pages or their website to invite their community to come together. It's a beautiful way. Everybody's invited. You don't have to be a mother. You simply have to be someone who wants to mother yourself, to create that sanctuary, that nurturing, that loving experience. And so it should be easy for everybody to take an hour out of their day to really refresh and revitalize their commitment to themselves, to their knowledge, and to their communities. And I agree with you. Sometimes it's not something what's going to happen. Just being able to get together and let the creative intelligence move through each one of us, recognizing that we're all coming from that same ocean of love, and it's moving through each one of us. And it's calling us forth to do what's next, and we don't even know what that is. I mean, this is unprecedented. And this dysregulation has caused, I think it's been long enough to cause such challenges in people's nervous systems, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, people waking up to the lives they've created. And I feel like, hopefully this has been a long enough time for people to start to refine what it is that is important to them. I mean, it's been such a graceful experience, this virus. It's been so transformational. And I know many people have come back to meditation, but I do believe that as we refine and refine and refine, the new normal will be one of inclusion and self-care and communities and supporting one another. And so we'll see what wants to happen. I think it's all right to be in the not knowing and to give that space for each other to see what wants to happen. And maybe the 1 hour meeting is good enough. Maybe that's all that needs to happen to plant the seed within each nervous system so that people can feel confident to create what it is for them.
Yes, thank you. That's so beautifully encapsulated in the heart of MOMM. So thank you, Sarah. Thank you for supporting MOMM. Thank you for being a collaborator through your Meditation Institute. And I really look forward to doing the work as we evolve forward to the 10th of May in collaboration with you. So thank you so much for being on this call.
Oh yeah, well, Sue, thank you for your vision and your faith and your willingness to just go for it. I mean, I think that is so admirable, and I love that you've been doing this for years, and it's been such a thrill to be a part of it, whether it's in Manchester, whether it's over in Nottingham, whether it's online with you here. I love it, and I know that these ripple effects of these moments of true inspiration and community really will make a difference in this world. I mean, don't you want this world to be a beautiful, peaceful place? I know you do.
It is beautiful. And it is peaceful at the moment because there's nobody about, and it's how we emerge within this new world in this peaceful state that's going to be the evolution of a new way of being, and with us as and others as a support network. I think we can go forward with less fear and a lot more love.
That's it. Thank you, Sue.
Thank you, Sarah.
You're welcome.
Bye.